Hi, dear tech companies. I'm talking to you, mainly SaaS software companies. You're doing your customers, your users a disservice by not communicating the best bells and whistles of your software. I have examples here. So as an early adopter in a lot of social networking apps and services, Twitter, for example, two of the best features of Twitter back in the day, at least, before it was a dumpster fire, were advanced search, which Twitter back in the day acquired a company called Surmise, and then they took that company's search capabilities and embedded it within Twitter so that you could do Twitter search and then Twitter advanced search, where you could then search for like keywords and terms. You could search sentiment kind of by words. You could search by zip code or postal code. It was great, but nobody knew about it. Another feature was Twitter lists. Public lists, you could create public lists, and it was a great way to network because you could add people to your public list and then follow up with them. You could add private Twitter lists, and private Twitter lists, so you could actually like keep an eye on your competitors or whatever, just maybe friends and family, what have you. So these were features of Twitter, and I used to speak at a lot of social marketing, social media, digital marketing conferences and things, and still do sometimes. And when I did, I remember so often explaining this stuff about Twitter when my book, New Business Networking, came out, because I have a chapter about Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and so on. And the audience, I would blow their minds. And these were actually professionals using social media. These are social media strategists or whatever. So another thing that drives me crazy is LinkedIn. I love you, LinkedIn. I do. I've reached out to you before, never heard back. That's okay. Because with LinkedIn, there is an amazing killer feature that nobody knows about. And I blow minds again with this. In the search window on the LinkedIn app on your phone, you can touch the little search window at the top of the app, and a little tiny icon on the far right appears. Now, if you're like me, older, and you need readers, you may not even notice it if you're not wearing your readers. I need my readers. But there is a little square in the right side of the search window. When you touch that square, guess what happens? A QR code appears magically. And it's part QR code to your profile, and it's part scanner. So when you're meeting somebody at an event, you can actually scan one another's LinkedIn profiles and send the connection request and connect right then and there. Now, there are 3 ups of networking: show up, which obviously you did right because you're using the LinkedIn app to connect; follow up, which becomes difficult when you don't keep track of who you met; and then catch up, which becomes almost impossible. And I have things about that. But my point here is that LinkedIn also has this problem. And then I think about Google. Now, I was a speaker for Google for about 5.5 years. So I actually represented Google, and I taught thousands of people across the US and Canada how to grow their businesses and use Google products and services. And I did this on behalf of Google. Why? Because Google needed help communicating their best features. And so they hired me, among others, a small team of great communicators and presenters to teach people how to do this stuff. And I did that virtually and in person. And so now I'm saying this because, first of all, if you have a software product, an app, any sort of technology, and it could even be hardware, make sure that your customers know how to use them properly and all the cool bells and whistles and your best features that are probably hidden away that you know are there and probably that you use all the time, but because you're in the space and you're running the company or you work there, you've probably forgotten or don't realize that your customers don't know these features are there. That said, I'm available. I can help you communicate this stuff to your customers in a lot of different ways. So reach out if you'd like to learn more. Dave Delaney at futureforth.com.